The federal MP for Fairfax's day started badly.
Of course you just care about Clive Palmer. I'm not important.
We're caring about your workers
and went downhill from there. Administrators have found that from early 2011, $224 million was shifted from Queensland Nickel to other companies related to Mr Palmer.
Were payments made to those associated companies of yours?
I'll just say it again for you, Koshy. Queensland Nickel has no assets.
Since June 2012, $189 million in loans have been forgiven.
So we've seen Mr Palmer flaunt his wealth.
Today's report flagged the possibility of clawing back up to $21.5 million in political donations made by Queensland Nickel to the Palmer United Party.
This is the biggest beat-up.
Yeah. Queensland Nickel's purchased various planes, resorts and automobiles that were eventually sold to Mr Palmer, including 60 vintage cars for $5 million. The Coolum Resort was purchased by Q&I and then sold to Mr Palmer, but Q&I continued to pay all capital and operating expenses, which totalled more than $58 million. Q&I also spent $5.8 million on Mr Palmer's replica Titanic project. Today's report found the refinery may have been trading insolvent since November last year. If, as expected, creditors vote next week to liquidate Q&I, federal taxpayers will pick up the tab for $74 million worth of workers' entitlements.
You haven't been there for the other companies, have you? No.
The day of reckoning for Mr Palmer's political career is just around the corner.
Now, Patrick, the administrators have had an update this afternoon.
Yes, Bill, they've revealed that if the company hadn't forgiven $180 million worth of loans, it could have continued to operate for another 4 or 5 years. They say Mr Palmer treated Q&I like a piggy bank and that his action should be referred to the corporate watchdog for further investigation. As for the refinery itself, of course, Mr Palmer gets to keep that for the time being because he set up another company, Queensland Nickel Sales, to take over the day-to-day running of the Townsville facility.